Hi, everybody. Nice to see you on YouTube. We're going to get going here on Facebook.
All right.
Welcome to Live from Lockdown. Hi. Hello.
Everybody there?
I'm Champion. I'm going to try to comment. We're a little bit early because I've been getting some comments that at 5 o'clock it takes a few minutes to find me, so I thought we'd go live a few minutes before 5 and get this show on the road. Okay. All right.
Are we there?
Yeah, we're here. Sorry, I'm just distracted.
Okay.
Hi, Pete.
How are we doing up there on YouTube?
Hi, Pete. Adam's up there on YouTube. So welcome to Live from Lockdown. This is my producers talking to me. Would you like to come on the camera? This is week 19, if you can believe it. Hey, Leslie and Terry and John and Magda in Barcelona. Nice to see you. As you guys tune in, please say hi. Lenice in Highland Park. Tell me where you're watching from.
Highland Park.
And we're so happy to see you. This is a big weekend for us because we have a birthday in the house. You guys already know.
Whose birthday is it?
Oh my gosh, it's your birthday.
Yeah.
Well, it was your birthday. It was Stephen's birthday on Friday. Everyone is saying happy birthday. Thank you, Lee.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Paul. Troy is in Fort Polk, Louisiana. Must be hot down there. Oh, Monty. Hi, nice to see you. Hi, Philippe. I know Philippe is in France. Hi, Chris Lee. Good to see you guys. So I posted a little blog this morning. I had some people write to me saying they didn't know a lot about Clark Terry. So I put a little blog out with a really tiny bio and just a couple videos if you guys want to check it out. I've been posting a blog every Friday, sometimes on Sunday, trying to get things going. Bill says happy birthday up there on YouTube.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Avi. Nice to see you. Oh, Troy's by the pool. Well,
Wish I was by the pool.
That's too bad. No, I wish I was. Yeah, I wish I had a pool. Oh, Bill and Marianne, hi. Hi, Andy. Nice to see you guys. I hope you're having a good week. Grange says happy birthday. Steve's in LA. Awesome.
All right.
Awesome. What were you saying?
The astronauts splashed down a while ago.
Oh, yeah. So we're actually running around today like crazy because we couldn't tear ourselves away from the TV and watching the astronauts. I don't know if you guys saw the splashdown, #splashdown of Elon Musk's
Dragon capsule.
Dragon capsule. Where does he get the names for these things?
Yeah,
It was really cool, I thought. Oh, hi, Don. Nice to see you in Ystad, Sweden. They have a great live stream going this weekend from the festival. Really been enjoying watching that. Hey, Craig in Hamburg. So good to see you guys. So welcome. And today we are celebrating Clark Terry. You know, I hadn't thought about this, but it's Clark's centennial too.
Yes, just like Bird.
So Clark Terry, we've got a lot lined up for you guys. We've got some tunes he liked to play. We've got some tunes he wrote. We've got pictures. We have stories. We have all kinds of things. So please sign on, log on, say hi, share the video with your friends, and we're gonna get started with a tune. I'm gonna sing right off the bat, and this is a tune he used to like to play a lot. I heard many times, and this is "The Days of Wine and Roses." Are we gonna play Happy Birthday for you at some point?
No, we're not gonna do that.
I think maybe we are. The days of wine and roses, laugh and run away, like a child at play through the meadowlands, towards a closing door, a door marked nevermore that wasn't there before. The lonely night discloses just a passing breeze filled with memories of the golden smile that introduced me to the days of wine and roses and you. The days of wine and roses, laugh and run away, like a child at play through the meadowlands. to go back and see if I could read Monty's comment. Monty says, I never hear Stephen play Days of Wine and Roses without remembering the gig Stephen filled in on drums and played this on flugelhorn when the poor pianist kept playing the 2/5 going into the second one, half is one bar. I hope that pianist on that joke, on that story, wasn't me.
No, it wasn't.
Stephen remembers. Hey, everybody. Good to see you. Ooh, it's already getting warm in here. I forgot to bring my fan out. I've got my fan. And there my fan is. Welcome to our Clark Terry celebration today. A lot of people have been asking to hear more about Clark and to hear specifically some of his tunes that he wrote. And that's what we're going to get into right now.
Well, firstly, let's say that Clark was born in 1920. 1920, December 14.
December 4th, and in St. Louis.
St. Louis, Missouri, yeah.
And we posted a blog today about Clark. A few years ago, we actually went to St. Louis and dedicated a mural for him, which is really cool.
Is that picture up there?
Yeah, the picture's on the blog.
It's a huge mural, the whole side of a building.
It's enormous. And it's in his neighborhood is called Carondelet. So it's in St. Louis, but it's
just south of St. Louis.
Just south of St. Louis. And we're going to play some tunes that he wrote now. This is a book I posted earlier this week called Terry Tunes, which is all the tunes by Clark. I don't know if you can see it, but it's compiled by Stephen, who is right here, my father. And the artwork there done by, this is Morse.
Morse did the artwork.
Yeah, Morse Nelms did the picture of Clark there, and then also really nice photo of the flugelhorn inside.
It's a drawing.
Why don't you tell us about this book a little bit and what song we're going to play?
Well, this book, I started this project back shortly after you were born.
Which was not that long ago.
Not that long ago. And I was very obsessed with Clark Terry. I was hanging around with him a lot, following him all around the country. And we talked a lot about music. We became very good friends. And one thing we talked about were a lot of his tunes, which he never played. And I said, well, don't you play these tunes? He said, none of my musicians know these tunes. I said, well...
That's kind of a sad story.
It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
I said, we can fix that. And so I undertook this project to transcribe all the tunes and write them down on computer and publish a book, which was
What year are we talking about?
This was late 80s.
Yeah, so this is an older computer. I mean, you can see this is how it looks. Go ahead and keep talking.
And I put it on the computer with the help of friends, and Morris helped me with the artwork. He did those are pencil drawings.
Pretty
quite
cool.
good ones too.
Really nice, yeah.
And
there's a good one. I'll show the one of Clark's face.
And Clark was very excited to have these tunes written out, and immediately he said, we were doing jazz camps back in those days, and he said we should have these books for all the students at the camp whenever we do the jazz camps. So the camps included about sometimes maybe 70, 80, 90 students at most.
So were they for sale?
We sold some of them.
Or they were like
to
included
the
in the
students.
student? Okay.
We used them for the camp.
No, I know. That's where I used mine.
Yeah, and then Clark said, okay, that's great. Now he said, I need a whole set for, all the instruments to carry with me on the road, so when I do gigs, I can pass them out to my band and we could play my tunes. And I said, okay, so I made him a set to carry with him. They were the same as this book, except they had gold markings on the front. And he carried those.
Oh, that's right. There was like gold, not gold leaf, but...
It was gold
like embossed
marker.
Or something.
It was gold paint. And he carried those around. And in fact, he made a couple of recordings. If you have the recording that Clark Terry made with Major Holly on...
and Louis Nash.
Yeah, Louis Nash. I forget the label, but the record is called Having Fun.
Yeah, Having Fun.
That was made with these books, and also another record for Chesky Records, and I forget the name of that. There's volume 1 and 2. Mm-hmm. It's the only work he did for Chesky, I think. Mm-hmm. And he used it. It was a live recording with Pedito de Rivera also on that one, and they used him for that. And he used them for many different projects and many different gigs.
Can I ask, are they still for sale?
No, I no longer sell them.
And they're sort of limited. I mean, we only have...
This particular one is limited edition. We don't have them for sale, but there's also some more tunes that need to be added to the book. So if I get industrious, we might add another half a dozen tunes to it. But they're more contemporary tunes. These are the tunes that were good up until this point. And he edited the whole thing and okayed it whenever I would finish each tune.
And which tune are we gonna play now?
I don't know. What do you want to play?
Oh, I thought you knew what we were gonna play. People love your tie, by the way. And people are asking for you to talk about the horns, but we'll do that after we play a little bit.
Okay.
We will talk about the flugelhorns and the trumpets. Although you're playing the shilky too. I just know.
No, I'm playing the flugel too.
Let's play Buck's Business.
Okay, I'll play the flugel.
Oh, you're gonna play the flugelhorn. Oh, this is a big deal. So people are saying, oh, they haven't heard the flugelhorn before on Live from Lockdown. You did hear it at Shanghai Jazz. And hopefully you're going to hear it again when we do some stuff with the whole band. But this is Clark Terry flugelhorn. Hold it up so they can see it.
Same as the one on the...
And this little thing here, I'll have to bring it up later. I'll show you later. It's got his initials on it. But let's play Buck's Business. Who's Buck?
I don't know.
And what's his business?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know. Your tempo.
Two.
That's fast.
Bucks Business.
Oh, Monty said I sounded like Major Holly. That's very nice.
Walking bass.
I wish. I would love that.
That's a really interesting tune. Not many people ever play that tune because it's very difficult.
Yeah.
But it's also it's sort of a takeoff on the blues. It says different changes to the blues, similar to the changes to Confirmation at the beginning. So for those of you who are following along theory-wise at home, but
I have an interesting aside about that tune.
Okay.
This is the first Clark Terry tune that I ever learned.
Oh,
I was in the Clark Terry jazz camp with Mike McKenna as my instructor, and I must have been maybe 8 or 9. And this was the tune we were supposed to learn, and we were supposed to learn it through 12 keys. And I didn't know there were 12 keys.
Yeah.
So I was trying to figure out how to learn it through 12 keys, and it was. I don't think I did. I think I only maybe got like 4 or 5.
I don't think any of them did.
Keys.
That was the first summer we used these books at camp.
Oh, really?
I think so.
I had a loose one though in a binder.
Yeah.
We made loose ones too. Anyway, that was Buck's Business, so that's a fun one for me. I think I'm gonna, go back and forth between his tunes and singing.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll slow it down a little, and let's play a tune by Duke Ellington. Let's play In a Mellotone.
Okay.
And of course, Clark spent 9 or 10 years with Duke Ellington.
Through the 50s.
In the 50s, before he, I guess when he left, that's when he went on the Tonight Show.
Shortly thereafter, yeah. He had a short stint with Quincy Jones in Europe.
Right.
A couple of months, and then he was called by the NBC Orchestra to be the first black musician to join the NBC Orchestra.
Right, that's interesting.
Yeah, 1960.
Thank you to everybody who's saying hi, by the way. We have a lot of different countries. I know I saw Iran tuning in, and some other countries, so it's really cool. Good to see you guys. And thank you so much for the shares. And I just want to say real quick about the show before we go on with Mellotone, that we've been getting a lot of really great press about this show, and a lot of magazines like Jazz Is and Jazz Buffalo have been releasing these articles saying must-watch streams for the weekend. And it's so cool to see live from Smalls, live from Dizzy's, live from the Blue Note, and then live from Lockdown, Champion.fulton.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. It's because of you guys. So thank you for watching and sharing and being here with us from so many different places. Hi, John in Hawaii, and Tom is in Kansas. Cool. Scott's in America. Me too. I'm really disappointed that the astronauts never watched us, though. Even though I know Dave sometimes says he's in space, but Bob and Doug are back.
That's a different thing.
That's a different thing, and they're not going to watch now from space. But this is in a mellow tone. Wow. In a mellow tone, feeling fancy free, and I'm not alone. I've got company. Everything's okay. The livelong day with this mellow song, I can't go wrong. very much. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
You're so nice. Hi, Gary. Gary says I'd be a good B3 player. It's also something I kind of always wanted to check out. But the organ is so, it's its own animal. I like my piano. That was, of course, Duke Ellington's In a Mellow Tone. Thank you, guys.
That was interesting to me. These tunes we're playing today are not just tunes that Clark played. These are the tunes that were his absolute favorite tunes. Like I went to
mellow tone particularly.
I went to maybe over 100 Clark Terry gigs.
Way more than 100.
Well, whatever.
I went to 100.
And I'll tell you right now, Clark Terry played In a Mellow Tone on every gig.
Always.
I mean, he loved that song.
Not an F.
No, he played it in A flat. From the singer, we accommodated the singer.
Oh.
Yeah. But he loved that song, and it was the one that if you got hired to play with Clark Terry, you needed to know In a Mellow Tone because that was going to be one of the tunes on the gig. Almost the same for the one we started with, Wine and Roses. He loved that.
Yeah.
That was a very popular tune, though, in the 60s and 70s,
I was going to show a photo.
Yeah.
This is a great book. Herman Leonard, super famous jazz photographer. I don't know if this book is still available, but I know there's tons of Herman Leonard books available. This is a very famous photo of Clark. You've probably seen it before. 1953. I'm going to stand up, actually. Oh, no, I'm not. I don't know what I'm doing. There he is.
It was a press photo.
And I'm going to angle it a little better for YouTube. He looks so deep in thought. Is that a pose?
Yeah, it's a press photo. He posed for it.
Oh, hi. We've got so many. We have people in here from South Africa, and we have Tose in Portugal. So cool. And hi, Darren. Nice to see everybody. Sue, thank you guys.
Notice.
Yeah, it's a super famous photo there. I'm going to angle it again.
Notice the lid that he's wearing there.
The lid. That's a hat.
Yeah. He loved to wear caps, and he always had one, and I think I picked up that habit from him.
Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were just independent in your love of hats.
Well, he always had, he liked those Greek fisherman hats.
Yeah.
He liked the hats like that. He always wore some type of lid all the time.
Dave wants to know if you ever play two trumpets like Clark used to do.
No, I never have tried.
I've never seen you do that.
No, I never did. He was quite adept at that.
Yes, he was. I saw him play the mouthpiece, too. I mean, he would play just the mouthpiece of the horn.
You mean
this thing.
Yeah, he would play a whole song on
There's
that.
a great Mouthpiece Blues. Is that on the Oscar Peterson record or on Daylight Express?
There's several recordings of it.
Why don't we play something? What do you want to play? I was thinking we had a song that's a little bit in theme from today's rocket. The astronauts. I was talking about the astronauts came back. And this is a tune that he wrote called In Orbit. And we're going to play.
This is on the record with Thelonious Monk.
This is on, and also Argentia is on that record.
Mm-hmm.
What's that record called?
Is it called In Orbit?
In Orbit, yeah.
I think. Famous record.
I should know what it's called. But we're going to play In Orbit for you guys. Okay, here we go. On your tempo. Yeah, that's right. I'm waiting on you.
dedicate that to Elon Musk.
Yeah, that's to Bob and Doug.
Yeah, Bob and Doug.
Those are the names of the astronauts. I don't know if you guys know that. I was seeing, I really have to not watch comments. It was so nice. Kelly was on there from Hilton Head. We really miss you guys.
Oh.
If you guys are in South Carolina, in the Savannah, Hilton Head area, the Jazz Corner is open. It's not open at full capacity, but it is open. You can go.
Best restaurant in Hilton Head.
Yeah, they have incredibly good food. Also, I see a lot of people complimenting my dress. Thank you. It's new. It's very exciting. I went shopping this week for the first time since January, and it was pretty great. Oh my gosh, hi Ed, Absalom, nice to see you. Oh, Yoshi's on there. Nicole, thank you so much. There's a question. Did Clark ever teach you any special tricks on the trumpets?
Well, not really.
He wasn't so much about tricks or sharing
right.
tricks.
He did teach me circular breathing. I learned that from him. I learned a lot of things from him. He was really my only teacher, I would say, really, in my music. He was my hero, my teacher, my father figure. He was.
But he was a bit sneaky about sharing sometimes.
He was very competitive about the music, and he believed that people who were involved in the music should earn their way through it.
I've seen him play with you before, two trumpets, and he would have his handkerchief and sort of. Yeah. He would use the handkerchief to sort of cover the valves a little bit.
Yeah, he was.
Not that really was.
As a joke, mostly.
Yeah, but that was all. It was a joke, but
but real.
But also he was being competitive.
Yeah, he was very competitive, but he taught me a lot. This horn he gave me.
Yeah, so they have questions about the horn. Can I hold it closer to the camera? Okay, so tell them about this story.
This is one of the old Clark Terry models. He designed it, and Olds Musical Instruments made it. They no longer make brass instruments, but they made it back in the 70s. And he had several. He had several of them. 2 of them were gold plated. They were stolen in a cab. But this particular one was one of the ones he used quite a bit. He wore it completely out and sent it back to California to a famous instrument man named Bob Reeves. And Bob completely rebuilt the horn to brand new specifications.
But tell us about when Clark gave it to you.
Well, when Clark got the horn back, he just put it in the closet.
He had a closet. So we briefly, we stayed with Clark. We lived there for a while.
Yeah.
And he had a music room, and in the music room there was a closet, and the closet was just full of horns.
Full of horns.
And cases and
it was
stuff.
in the closet, and it was like brand new. And one time, one summer, I think it was 97 or somewhere along in there, we were there, and we were
it was
getting
1997.
ready. We were getting ready to leave, and it was the summer.
Yeah.
And it was around the time of my birthday.
Was it around your birthday?
And he said,
"Oh, like right now?"
He said, "It's your birthday, right?" And I said, "Well, yeah. So what? And he said, "Well, I didn't get you anything." And I said, "No, but
we had been staying at the house."
yeah,
right?
And he said, "Well, go back in the closet and get a horn."
Yeah.
And I said, No. He said, "Yes, go get a horn. Any one of those horns you want." And I went back there, and I thought, "Oh my God, how can I do this?" There were a couple of historical horns there, and there was this one brand new. Now, I had one of these that I had bought, my wife Susan had bought for me earlier, many years before that, 20 years before that, and it was pretty worn out. And it was just a standard model from a music store. And so I saw this, and I took it out there. I said, "Well, I really like this." He said, "Okay, take it with you. You got it." He said, "You can have it." And it was this horn, and it was brand new.
We had a couple questions about this story. What year was the horn made, do you think, originally?
This horn was probably manufactured around 80, I would say.
And
we could find out, actually.
When they rebuild a horn, they just go through and like buff out the problems, or what?
What Bob Reeves did to this horn was he completely took all the lacquer off of it, and polished it and re-lacquered it.
That makes it shiny, the lacquer.
Right, and he took the valve cluster. That's this thing where the 3 valves are. He removed that from the horn and plated the inside casings and the valves themselves, and re-polished them and sanded them down to fit. So it's like a complete. It's an overhaul. It's a complete redo.
And Ed says, was that the best birthday that you've?
I'd say it's quite the birthday present. I don't know if I've ever had anything quite like that.
What am I gonna do? I can't do anything.
And I've been playing it.
I got you a computer. It's like.
I've been playing it on gigs ever since. So. And it's also, aside from that, it's an amazing flugelhorn. I can't find one to play as well because I actually been shopping. And
this is true.
I've been looking for a flugelhorn so that I can not play this one as often. And I can't find anything that plays as well as this. I hope you can somehow get the feeling of the sound of it across the space here. But
through our fancy microphone.
It's a beautiful sound.
I think people can. I think they can hear it.
And it also plays very easily.
Let's play this ballad. I'm not going to be playing a trumpet today. No. Let's play a ballad, and maybe you can play the flugelhorn. I know you don't want to play the open horn behind the voice, so maybe.
What are we doing?
But maybe you can play it on your solo. This is Stardust.
Oh, okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Clark loved this song. He didn't write it. It's Hoagie Carmichael. They're asking. Darren asks a good question. This song is in A flat, which is actually my least favorite key. My favorite key is D flat. Darren flat, 5 flats.
Some of the same notes.
And now the purple dusk of twilight time steals across the meadows of my heart. High up in the sky, the little stars climb, always reminding me that we're apart. You wander down the lane and far that will not die. Love is now the stardust of yesterday, the music of the years gone by. Sometimes I wonder why I spend the lonely night dreaming of a song, the melody haunts my memory, and I am once again with you when our love was new, and each kiss an inspiration. But that was long ago. Now my consolation is in the stardust of a song beside the garden wall. When stars are bright, you are in my arms. The nightingale tells his fairy tale of paradise where roses grow. Though I dream in vain, in my heart you will remain my stardust melody, the memory of love's refrain. Beside the garden wall, when stars are bright, you are in my arms. The nightingale tells his fairy tale of paradise where roses grow. Though I dream in vain, in my heart you will remain my stardust melody, the memory of love's Thank you guys so much. That's Stardust. And And the flugelhorn sounded really beautiful, Steven.
I like the flugelhorn.
We love seeing you guys clap on the screen and say comments. It's very nice.
Did you show
Thank you
this
so
picture?
much. Oh yeah, well in YouTube they can see that, but this is a great photo. This is not the same one though, is it?
No, that's a Selmer.
This is another photo of Clark. I'm going to
That's from
show
the 60s.
this to you guys if I can get the glare off of it. Oh,
That's
so
from
much
the
glare.
60s.
We have quite a few Clark Terry things up on the wall. That we have a really beautiful painting that I decided was too heavy to take off the wall because I don't want to drop it.
We do have this nice one.
We also have a really cool photo you can see behind me in both images. That's actually a real poster from when Clark played Carnegie Hall in 1970, and Clark signed it to us. That's
You
it.
see it, yeah.
Clark signed it to us. I think it's interesting that the most expensive ticket on that show is $3.50. The cheapest being that's the cheapest. What's the most expensive?
1970.
$6.
$6 is the highest ticket.
I think that's pretty cool. I would have liked to have seen
February
Clark.
15th, 1970.
Well, Valentine's Day weekend.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
I have another interesting story about this horn.
Okay, good. And then we're gonna play Salita Linda.
Okay, yeah. I really love this story because I'm part of it. But I was here in New York. I was working for Clark at the time, but I came to town representing the university where we had the Clark Terry International Institute.
Which was in Iowa.
Yeah, and I was here in town, staying down in Midtown.
Oh, you mean you were here in New York?
Yeah, I was here in New York.
Oh, okay.
And Clark, of course, was at home out on Long Island.
Mm-hmm.
And he was working at the Village Vanguard that week. And it was Friday night at the Village Vanguard.
Mm-hmm.
So I was here, he was there. He got all his stuff and his wife and her son, and they were bringing him and his stuff to the Village Vanguard for the gig.
Yeah.
Quintet gig that he had
And this
there.
is about a 45-minute drive.
Oh, yeah.
From his house.
From
if
out
there's
there.
no traffic.
An hour, maybe.
More if there's traffic. He lived in Glen Cove, Long Island.
Clark worked at the Village Vanguard for Lorraine all the time,
Mm-hmm.
a couple of times a year. He was one of in those days, the Vanguard had very famous musicians: Lou Donaldson, Cedar Walton, Clark Terry, Freddie Hubbard.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody played there.
Okay.
And so that was great. I was very excited to be in town during that week, spending time with him. So we all meet together at the Village Vanguard, and we go in the Village Vanguard, and it's almost time for the gig, and Clark says to his son-in-law, bring me the horns.
Yeah.
And he says, oh, okay. And then he disappears, and he doesn't come back, and he comes back a little while later. He said, there are no horns.
There were no horns.
He said, I forgot the horns.
They're at the gig.
And
and
Clark
there are
said,
no horns.
Clark was quite enraged. And he said, well, I forgot the horns. They're not here. And Clark said, well, what do you mean they're not here? The gig starts in
This is like a disaster.
20 minutes.
Right.
The gig starts. Well, I don't have the horns. And I was sitting there with Clark, and I said, well, my horns are in the hotel back at the Edison Hotel, back on Times Square. I said, my horns are here.
Mm-hmm.
I said, what about that? He said, great, go get your horns.
So, because that's only maybe 10-minute cab ride.
Well,
15 maybe.
Friday night it wasn't a 10-minute cab ride. It was a lot of traffic. So I took off to go back to the hotel to get the horns. The club was jam-packed, sold out, standing room only for the quintet.
No horns.
And they're all there, and it's 9 o'clock, and the show's not starting.
That's really cool.
And I'm gone. I'm gone back to the hotel. So I grabbed my bag, which I had. I didn't have this horn, but I had another flugelhorn just like it.
Mm-hmm.
And I had my trumpet, which is my shilky that you just heard me playing. And actually, I think I played a Martin back then. I had a
Yeah,
Martin
that gold
trumpet.
Martin Committee.
Yeah, Martin Committee. And so I got in the cab. I had the cab wait. I went upstairs, grabbed my horn bag, which I didn't bring to the Vanguard because Lorraine would never let anyone sit in.
Let's
So I
not
didn't-
talk about her.
Anyway, I don't want to go. She's dead, so it doesn't matter. But she wouldn't let people sit in, so I didn't bring my horn to the gig. That's why I didn't have it. But I went back and got
So
it.
you've gotten the horn.
Raced back to the
Race
club.
back to the club.
I ran into the club, and the band is on the stage.
Waiting.
and the entire club of, what does it hold, maybe 70
75,
people or
70,
whatever,
Yeah.
started screaming and applauding me as I walked in. I mean, all I did was go back and get my horns. And so that was fun. And then I quickly pulled the horns out and handed him the flugelhorn. And they started the gig and played. And actually, since I had saved... The coda to the story is, since I had saved the day by going to get my horns, Lorraine allowed me to sit in on the second set. And that was fun, too.
Funnily enough, I too once forgot to bring horns to a gig.
Oh yes, when we went.
We had a gig together in New Jersey, and it was my responsibility to load the car, and I also forgot to pack the horns. It was a less exciting story
So we had
because I had to buy him a horn. So.
We had to buy a flugelhorn in New Jersey.
Yeah,
for
we
the
had
gig.
to go to a music store, but
Anyway,
that's a great story, and I think you got to play at the Vanguard.
Clark was so angry, but the night turned out so good. He was so happy. And
Plus, you have great horns. I mean, it wasn't just like a student model horn. It was
exactly
a good horn.
like his. Yeah.
Well, let's play another tune.
Okay. Enough stories.
No, not enough stories, but we're going to play more stories. People are saying happy birthday to you still.
Thank you.
We're going to play a fast samba. Clark loved this song, Solita Lindo.
Mm-hmm.
I heard him play it many times. And thank you guys so much, everybody who's commenting. Nice to see so many new faces on here today. It's wonderful. But we're going to play a little Solita Lindo. And if you guys know it, you can sing along at home.
It's a Mexican folk song. What does it mean?
Actually, I don't know what it means.
Solito Lindo. Susan.
Don't say.
What does it mean?
She doesn't know. She just doesn't want to answer.
Pretty something.
Yes.
No, I'll look it up.
Pretty sky?
No.
She just keeps saying no, but she knows. Let's play it.
Okay.
Your tempo, though. Why are we laughing?
I'm laughing at her.
Oh. Yeah, that's. I hope my grandmother is watching. I have a lot of family on here on Facebook. And
Roughly translated as lovely sweet one.
lovely sweet one. Okay. What's the tempo for the song? do that so many times.
He loved that song.
I think it's interesting. This is something I talk about sort of a lot, maybe in my personal life, that we have in jazz, we have people who sing. They play French songs, they have Portuguese songs, Brazilian songs, but so rarely do we hear Mexican, folk music from Mexico. And Clark played that song, and he also made a great record with Chico O'Farrell. What's it? Why can't I?
Spanish Rice.
Spanish Rice.
On Impulse.
Which has these beautiful songs like Angelitos Negros and some really great music on there that I love. And we didn't learn Happiness Is.
Oh, yeah.
That's the first song on that record. That's actually one of my favorite records. Clark sounds beautiful on there. Additionally, I really love his ballads record, Clark After Dark. I listen to that a lot. Yeah, with a whole symphony. And it's really good. People loved that song. Thank you so much. So we're basically up almost to our hour, but we have so many more things we wanted to play for you guys.
What else are you going to sing?
Well, we were going to do Pedito Line.
Mm-hmm.
That's scatting. They might like that. I never scat. I was going to sing Pennies from Heaven. Blackbird. Should you do Blackbird?
Yeah,
You're not voting for anything, Stephen.
Blackbird, yeah.
Clark loved to sing Bye Bye Blackbird because he loved to have audience participation on this song. And every time I saw him do it, he would have the audience sing, Bye Bye Blackbird. And on the very last time, of course, Blackbird Bye Bye. And he would rehearse it. People loved it when he did that. Audience members.
Yeah, he had the little thing that, I forget, but he would have the audience sing, Bye Bye Blackbird,
yeah.
And then he would sing the rest of it.
So if you guys want to sing at home, you can. I won't hear you, but it would be great. The universe will hear you. And everybody wants me to scat, so we're going to do Pedito Line after that.
Okay.
So they can't go together.
No.
Not really. I'm trying to think of a way to make a medley. Maybe we just go right into it.
You could just stop line.
Pack up all my cares and woes, here I go. Bye bye blackbird. Oh, that was where you were supposed to sing.
Yeah.
Where somebody waits for me, sugar sweet and so is she. Bye bye blackbird.
That's what they would say.
There's no one who loves and understands me. Oh, what hard luck stories they all hand me. Make my bed and light the light. I'll arrive late tonight. Blackbird. Bye bye. Do I sound like Clark when I sing? Not really. Make my bed, light the light. Let me do a little bit. Here we go. Pack up all my cares and woe. Here I go, singing low. Bye bye, blackbird. Where somebody waits for me. Sugar is sweet and so is she. Bye bye, blackbird. Thank you guys. There's no one who loves and understands me. Oh, what hard luck stories they all hand me. Make my bed, light the light. I'll arrive late tonight. Blackbird, bye bye. Yeah. Pack up all my cares and woe. Here I go singing low. Bye, bye, blackbird. Where somebody waits for me. Sugar sweet and so is she. Bye, bye, blackbird. There's no one who loves or understands me. Oh, what hard luck stories they all hand me. Make my bed and light the light. I'll arrive late tonight. Blackbird, 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 bye, bye. Thank you very much. Were you guys singing? You know, my producer didn't sing, and I have to say that I actually never heard her sing when Clark did it either. So that's fair enough. We're getting close to the end here a little bit. Thank you so much. People want me to play Happy Birthday. I'm going to hold out on Happy Birthday.
Whose birthday is it?
It's your birthday.
Oh, I see.
But we're going to hold out on Happy Birthday. We're going to do a little version of Pedito line because I really wanted to do this song and tell you guys about it. Pedito is, of course, a tune by Duke Ellington. And, oh, wait, Ralph says, Clark was a guest soloist with my high school jazz ensemble in 1968 on Long Island.
Wow, Ralph who?
That's awesome. Ralph Meyer.
Oh.
Oh, people sang. They said, but I'm glad you didn't hear it. That's funny.
You know, that's an interesting, I'm glad Ralph said that because most people don't know that Clark was the premier jazz educator in all of America for many, many years, and he did it very quietly.
Yes, he went to so many high schools and so many colleges, and
Right.
just like Ralph was saying, as a guest soloist or guest clinician.
He built up a reputation and a ton of money doing just that. He was quite renowned in that field, and he let me a quick story about how he got to do that. When he got the job at NBC, the NBC Orchestra, after they were the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, of course, they would have people from the show, audience members, calling in and saying, "Can we get somebody from the band to come to our high school and do a concert or talk to the kids about in the jazz band about the music?" And all the guys in the band were, we don't want to do that. We don't care about
Because it's
that.
work.
These were all guys who were too hip, hotshot studio
But it's
musicians.
hard. It's hard work.
Yeah, I mean they were making their money here in New York just in the studio, and NBC they're making good money. Clark said, "I'll do it," and he went and did that and started what was to be one of the most illustrious careers in jazz education ever known, was by Clark Terry.
This is true. And it was amazing to watch him interact with students.
He did it almost up until he
and
died.
to interact with
actually.
the teachers. But we're gonna play Pedito Line.
Yes, let's do it.
So Pedito is a tune by Duke Ellington, and when Duke hired Clark to be in the band, Clark was supposed to be representing the beboppers, right? The more modern players.
He was one of the modern players in the.
And so Duke Ellington asked Clark to write a bebop line for Pedito for. I'm looking at you for this one.
Yes, it was one of the most popular arrangements that featured Clark in the Ellington band. Also, one of the first times Clark was featured on flugelhorn was in the Ellington band on Pedito. And Ellington wanted an interlude played by a small group to be a bebop line to be played during the piece. And Clark and Jimmy Hamilton collaborated and came up with this beautiful 2 choruses of line to go to Pedito. This was first recorded, most famously, on a record called The Cosmic Scene.
Another tribute to Elon Musk.
Right, The Cosmic Scene. And it's a beautiful record if you can find it. It's got this exact version we're going to play.
We're going to do...
It's an Ellington record.
We're going to do 3 choruses. We're going to have a quick rehearsal, 3 choruses. So play Pedito.
Okay.
And then Pedito line. And I'm going to scat on Pedito line. Y'all get ready. Okay.
So the first part we're playing is Pedito the song. And then Clark had a particular way of playing that with his band, and that's how we're going to play it.
This to Stephen as we were preparing for this week's show. I think the music is really, it's so simple, and that it becomes really difficult. I feel like I can hear Clark play it in my head, and it's so beautiful, and I hear myself play it out loud, and it does sound like Clark Terry.
Not quite the same.
Not quite the same. He had a very special quality to him and to his music. So we really thank you guys so much for being here with us. This week and every week. You guys are the absolute best. 19 weeks.
Woo, 19.
We have been doing Live from Lockdown. And it's because of y'all's support and your donations and your contributions that really keep us going. I amazingly figured out how to pin a comment this week after 19 weeks. And so if you're on the mobile app, you can see the donation links for PayPal and Venmo and Zelle. And really, really appreciate everybody's support. And thank you if you guys liked the scatting. We're going to be going live still every Sunday for sure. But this month, the big exciting news, of course, is our record Birdsong is coming out in less than 28 days. She drops August 28th. Of course, if you want a copy, the record is for sale on the website right now, but it will be up on streaming sites August 28th. And we are working on a special show. I don't want to say anything yet, but we're working on a special show with multi-cameras and fancy lighting for a CD release, hopefully at the end of August. What else was I going to say? Oh, we're celebrating another great trumpet player this week on Tuesday, which is Louis Armstrong's birthday. Of course, we talked about Louis on July 4th. But August 4th is the birthday on, I guess, the birth certificate.
Mhm.
So that's this Tuesday. And we're going to be live around 1 p.m. on Tuesday on Facebook as part of a enormous Louis Armstrong celebration hosted by the Louis Armstrong Museum. We're really excited.
Is it on their Facebook page?
It's on both. So
Oh.
it'll be on my Facebook page and on the Louis Armstrong Museum. And my record will be on iTunes. I'm going to post a link. You can actually pre-save it. Oh, maybe not to iTunes yet. Pre-saves on iTunes go up August 14th. But very exciting. And we're going to play a little Pennies from Heaven because that's a song I used to sing with Clark when I was a little girl. Before we go, I'm going to show you one more. This is kind of a risque photo, but it's in a book. Jazz, a photo history. And I think it's kind of a funny photo. Is it after the gig or before? We don't know. There he is, smiling at you guys.
Hold it up a little bit. Yeah.
Shirtless, but smiling. They can't see it on YouTube. There we go.
That's back when he was kind of fat.
He was sort of a small person, but
Yeah.
I mean, he was little. What would he would say? He would say that he had the legs of a sparrow.
Yeah.
They were little bitty legs. It's so funny, and we're talking about Louis Armstrong, but I remember real quick before we go that the day we went to Louis's house with him, and Clark was a huge Louis Armstrong fan, and this was before it was in a museum, so we just went there, we met Jimmy Heath, and Clark had so much fun showing us that house, and I always think of him behind the typewriter, pretending to be Louis.
In Lewis's office.
And he was like pretending to be Louis and typing, and he just had so much fun. That's how I like to think of him. Avi, thank you so much for reminding people if they are enjoying the live stream and the production value of this edition. We do have a new light of Live from Lockdown. You can contribute. Very much appreciate it. You guys, thank you so much. And we're going to play Pennies from Heaven this week as our theme because I learned that back when I was 8 years old from Clark and Steven. I used to sing it all the time. Maybe we'll do the Louis Armstrong tempo. Every time it rains, pennies from heaven. Don't you know each glove contains pennies from heaven? You'll find your fortune falling all over town. Be sure your umbrella is upside down. Trade them for a package of sunshine and flowers. If you want the things you love, you must have showers. So when you hear it thunder, don't run under a tree. There'll be pennies from heaven for you and me. There'll be pennies from heaven for you and me. Happy birthday to you. Oh, I tricked you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. all over town. Be sure your umbrella is upside down. Trade them for a package of sunshine and flowers. If you want the things you love, you must have showers. So when you hear it thunder, don't run under a tree. There'll be pennies from heaven for you and me. There'll be pennies from heaven for you and me. Thank you guys so much. You are the best. Happy birthday, Stephen. Happy birthday, Louis Armstrong. I hope you enjoyed
Thank you.
our Clark Terry show today. As always, please have a wonderful week. Stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands, and stay in touch with me. I'll see you right here. We'll be live again on Tuesday, but you can write to me anytime. I'm around, and I love hearing from you guys. So, love you. Have a wonderful week. Bye. I didn't hit finish. There we go. Bye, guys. Thanks so much to everybody on YouTube and our new listeners. It's fantastic. We are live every Sunday. So we'll see you back again Sunday, 5 o'clock. Bye.